Hey guys, it's Pat from Pat's Brewery, and I can't seem to stop spending money on this bloody brewery. So what have I bought now? Well, have a look at that. Big old box or something. And yeah, this kind of came about when I was brewing some lagers, and I realised that my cool box over there, which I normally pack with bottles of ice, they definitely wasn't cold. Well, I was able to maintain not too bad a temperature if I kept on top of it, but yeah, definitely wasn't able to chill properly with regards to like the heat that's been happening the last couple of days. So I bit the bullet, or should I say my credit card did, and I've bought a Glycol chiller. So let's get this open and see what we got. So let's try and do this with one hand. While I'm doing this, saying that's just to mention that this was all purchased from the malt miller. I ordered it on Friday in the afternoon. Today is actually Tuesday, so it's come really quickly. Wasn't actually expecting it until tomorrow. And yes, you can see the SS product right there on the main box. Along with the Glycol chiller, I have also purchased some Glycol. I got it from the malt miller while I was there. 2 lots of 3 litres. I will say that you can get it cheaper elsewhere. I think it's just because it's got the Grainfather brand right there. They had a few quid on there, but you know, I thought while I was buying this, I might as well get that at the same time, so it all arrived at the same time. So yes, I've got the SS Brewtech Glycol chiller, and it is the 1/5 HP, which is the smallest of their Glycol chillers, but it is good enough to chill 3 vessels, which is good because that's the sort of scale that I am looking at doing. Let's get there. Yeah, technically for the start with, it'll just be 2 vessels that I'll be ever have to chill with this, as per the current setup that we've got. But to know that I could go up to 3 vessels on it is good. Right, trying to do all this with one hand is a pain in the ass, or pain in the arse. Not really cleared much space for me to get all of this out yet, so I might have to pause and sort myself out. Let's do that. Okay, so we've got a bit of foam on top. Lovely sort of warning sign. Please ensure Glycol chiller is in an upright position for at least 24 hours before powering on, or damage may be resolved. Well, I've kept it upright since getting it, so fingers crossed the delivery man has, but I'll probably leave it a little while before doing it. Right, I'm going to definitely need 2 hands for this now, so let's try and get this positioned. Oh, yeah. too bad weight wise, actually. Checking nothing else in here that I need to look at. Let's out of the way. So here we have it. This is the first time looking at it, so literally don't moan if I'm missing something obvious. So going in from top first, let's open up these two edges. Actually, let's do a little tour around. Front, we've got handle on that side, handle here, pretty plain at the back from what I can see. On the front we've got an overall power switch here, and then this is our temperature controller. So ups, downs, sets, not sure what that button is, but we'll have a little look in a bit. This here will be our, I'm assuming, reservoir. So let's open this up. Yes indeed, so good, there's some power cables in there as well. Also at the back of here we can see a little hollow, so that'll be for any power cables for our pumps that are in there. It's quite cool, or quite useful to see. Right. So things can see all around me. So let's have a look on the inside here. So wrapped up in a cable tie. Let's be careful not to rip anything out. Feels like that's actually cable tied to the copper cooling coils. Let's get the cable out and pop it inside. Let's have a little look here. Yeah, it does look to be that way. Need some scissors to get into there rather than just giving it a yank. Don't think that would be a good idea, considering that, yeah, our copper is connected there, so some scissors needed. Yeah, scissors will probably do better than my oversized. But yeah, scissors definitely. One back. So here we have our cavity, or is it a cavity or capacity area for our water and glycol mix. So apparently it holds 18 litres. I think it was 18, something like that. I'll have to double check. The advice is to use 6 litres of glycol. So if it was 18, then that would be a 33% glycol to 66% water mix. Fair enough. I can't remember if that's the right volumes. It's looking pretty good. Let's pop the lid on because we do have our box to have a look in. So we'll use the lid as a little table. So it's all to go. Back on there and there. Okay, so in here we've got our wheels and stoppers. Instruction manual. And some screws and bolts, probably again for the wheels. So let's get those on and we'll see what the results are. So here we have it in place. So quite nice, quite small. Takes up a little bit, well, it's probably the same dimensions as the old cooler, but obviously on its end. Now, something I have had to do, or I thought it was best, is rather than using the barbs here, which I was finding incredibly hard to connect to the beer line that I'm using for my cooling system, I've actually unscrewed the barbs for these ones. I'm just using some elbows to direct my beer line I'm using as my cooling line into the cooler. Inside I've got my two anvil pumps, which seem to fit in there okay. There'll be room for a third as well if I do choose to go down that road. I think what I will look to do is see if there's a nicer way of doing some sort of connect here. Obviously these are used maybe more in line with the SS Brewtech cooling solution, which I don't have, so I don't know, but I was attempting to get these onto my cooling line, but they're just being a bit of a pain, so I figured why struggle when I can just do my own thing. So it does still say leave it upright for 24 hours before turning it on. I did have to turn it on its side to get the feet on, so little feet. So we'll come back tomorrow and test out that, but in the meantime I have just linked up my cooling so that I can check that there's no leaks. Seems to be going through okay. So looking at the glycol mix, I said earlier that it was 6 litres of glycol to about 12 litres of water. The capacity of this does not fit 18 litres. I've got about, I would say maybe 4.5 to 5 litres of glycol, and then topped up with water in there. I think that should be fine. Obviously I can top it up with more glycol as needed. So we have turned him on 24 hours later, and it is a warm old day, 23.7 degrees in there, so you can hear the compressor running. The default setting was to -7. I upped it to -6 just to see how that works. That stayed there, so that's good. So you can see, change that there. So that's escaped back out, and let's see how long it takes to get down to -6 then. So we have had it on for about an hour and a half, and we've got all the way down to 5.9. That's more than cold enough for what we need it for. There's part of me that wants to leave it on for a little bit longer so it gets to 6 -6 degrees. Another part of me that goes, well, I'm not actually brewing with it, so does it really matter? Probably not. So unless it changes in the next 10 seconds, that will be us done.